Welcome back to Trending Update USA. This is your trusted destination for the biggest stories shaping the world of sports, and I am Stefan. Today we bring you a powerful moment from Melbourne that once again confirms why Coco Gauff is not just the future of women's tennis, but very much its present. Under the bright lights of the Australian Open, on one of the sport's most demanding stages, Coco Gauff earned the 75th Grand Slam victory of her young career, a milestone that places her among elite company and reinforces her status as one of the most consistent performers of her generation. At just 21 years old, Gauff continues to redefine expectations, blending maturity, resilience, and explosive athleticism in a way that has fans, analysts, and rivals all taking notice. The Australian Open has long been known as a proving ground, a tournament that tests not only skill but endurance, mental toughness, and adaptability. The Melbourne heat, the long rallies, the relentless schedule, and the electric atmosphere combine to create an environment where only the strongest competitors thrive. Coco Gauff has shown time and again that she belongs in this category. Her 75th major win did not come easily, nor did it arrive by accident. It was the result of years of disciplined work, steady improvement, and an unshakable belief in her own process. From the opening games of the match, Gauff demonstrated the hallmarks that have defined her rise. Her serve was sharp and purposeful, not just a weapon but a statement of intent. Each service game was delivered with focus, mixing pace and placement to keep her opponent guessing. The first serve percentage remained high, and when rallies extended, Gauff's movement allowed her to transition seamlessly from defense to offense. This balance has become one of her greatest strengths, enabling her to absorb pressure and then flip the momentum in an instant. What made this particular victory stand out was not just the number attached to it, but the manner in which it was achieved. There was no panic when faced with resistance, no visible frustration when points did not go her way. Instead, Gauff maintained a calm, measured presence, adjusting her tactics as the match unfolded. She used her backhand, widely regarded as one of the best in the game, to control baseline exchanges, opening up the court and forcing errors. Her forehand, once considered an area for improvement, showed increased confidence and depth, a clear sign of her continued technical growth. Reaching 75 Grand Slam victories at such a young age places Gauff in rare territory. It speaks to her consistency across surfaces and tournaments, from the hard courts of Melbourne and New York to the clay of Paris and the grass of Wimbledon. Many players take years to adapt to the unique demands of each Grand Slam, but Gauff has shown an ability to compete at a high level regardless of conditions. This adaptability is one of the reasons she has remained a fixture in the latter stages of major tournaments since her teenage breakthrough. The journey to this milestone began long before the Australian Open. Gauff burst onto the global stage as a 15-year-old at Wimbledon, capturing attention with her fearless play and composure beyond her years. Since then, she has navigated the challenges that come with early fame, including heightened expectations, constant scrutiny, and the pressure to deliver results. Rather than being weighed down by these factors, Gauff has used them as motivation, steadily refining her game and developing the mental tools needed to compete at the highest level. At the Australian Open, those tools were on full display. When momentum shifted, Gauff responded with clarity rather than urgency. She took extra time between points, reset her breathing, and trusted her patterns. This level of self-awareness is often what separates good players from great ones. It allows an athlete to remain present, to focus on the next point rather than the last mistake. For Gauff, this approach has become second nature, and it was instrumental in securing her 75th major win. The significance of this achievement extends beyond individual success. Gauff's rise has played a role in reshaping the narrative around American women's tennis. In an era marked by transition, she has emerged as a central figure, carrying forward a legacy of excellence while forging her own identity. Her style is modern and dynamic, built on speed, power, and intelligence, but it is also grounded in respect for the game and its history. This combination has resonated with fans across generations. Off the court, Gauff continues to carry herself with a level of maturity that matches her on-court performances. She speaks thoughtfully about her goals, acknowledges the work still ahead, and remains mindful of her platform. This balance has helped her navigate the demands of professional tennis while staying connected to her values. It also adds depth to moments like this one, transforming a statistical milestone into a reflection of sustained effort and personal growth. As the match concluded and the final point was won, there was a sense of quiet satisfaction rather than dramatic celebration. Gauff acknowledged her opponent, waved to the crowd, and walked off the court with the same composed demeanor she had shown throughout the contest. This reaction captured the essence of her mindset. For her, each victory is a step in a larger journey, not an endpoint. The 75th Grand Slam win is a marker of progress, not a destination. Looking ahead, this milestone sets the stage for even greater achievements. Gauff has already tasted Grand Slam glory, and each additional victory adds to her confidence and belief. At the Australian Open, she has shown that she is not just participating, but contending. Her ability to manage expectations, adjust her game, and perform under pressure makes her a constant threat deep into the tournament. The broader WTA landscape only amplifies the importance of Gauff's consistency. Women's tennis is currently defined by depth and competitiveness, with multiple players capable of challenging for titles. In this environment, sustained success is often more impressive than sporadic brilliance. Gauff's accumulation of 75 major wins highlights her ability to deliver again and again, regardless of opponent or circumstance. Fans watching from around the world have responded to this reliability. Gauff's matches draw attention not just because of her talent, but because of the sense that something meaningful is unfolding. Each tournament adds another chapter to her story, and milestones like this one provide a moment to pause and reflect on how far she has come. The Australian Open, with its history and prestige, offers a fitting backdrop for such reflection. Past champions have used Melbourne as a launching point for defining seasons, and for Gauff, this victory may serve a similar role. It reinforces her readiness to compete for the biggest prizes and to shoulder the expectations that come with that ambition. As the tournament progresses, all eyes will remain on Coco Gauff. Every match brings new challenges, but it also brings opportunities to build on moments like this one. The 75th Grand Slam win is both a celebration of past effort and a promise of future potential. It tells a story of dedication, resilience, and belief, qualities that define champions long before trophies are lifted. For now, Coco Gauff stands firmly among the elite, her name etched into another milestone of tennis history. The journey continues, but the message from Melbourne is clear. Coco Gauff is here, she is consistent, and she is still rising. And as she moves forward in the Australian Open and beyond, the tennis world will be watching closely, aware that each step she takes brings her closer to shaping an era of her own.